Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. This is the card I'm making. It's this lovely little truck Christmas scene, and I know it's not showing up on camera. The truck is actually green, and you can see how I've just stamped. It's a two-step stamping, and I've just stamped my little scene. And this is the stamp set called Trucking Along, and you can see I've used quite a few different pieces from it. And now we're going to do some stamping quickly. So, well, actually, first we're going to blend our sky. So I'm just got a piece here of basic white cardstock. I'm just deciding where I want my sky to be. And then I'm going to use some balmy blue ink. And I've got here my blending brush. And I'm just blending the ink to create a nice sky effect. And I'm just doing a little at a time because less is more. You can always put more ink down, but it's much more difficult to remove ink. So let's just go through and do that. And just keep on going with it, adding more as you go along. And I think I'm happy with that. Doesn't show up so well on camera, but in reality, it looks okay. So that's our background scene. So here I've got a scrap piece of basic white cardstock, and we're going to start to do some stamping. So I'm going to start with stamping my little truck here. And I'm just going to put this on a block, and we're going to stamp with Memento Tuxedo Black, and just ink that up and then down. And I love to build scene cards like this, where you can just build up the scene to create whatever you want. And this stamp set has a lot of stamps in it, so you can put whatever you want on the back of the truck. You can have the tree, or you can have presents or flowers, or all sorts for different seasons. Here you can see I'm going to make my little truck red this time, so I'm stamping it in real red. And it's really easy to stamp. You just need to get your head over the stamp so that you can look right down through your stamp, and then it's really easy to line up. Now I'm just going to stamp my little wheels, the parts of the wheels, the tires, and the little hubcaps. There we go. Lovely, nice and pretty. And now we have a matching punch, as you can see, and this is the trucking along punch. And I'm just going to put my little truck into this and line it up and punch it out. Perfect. Okay, I'll get rid of all the little bits and bobs, and we can start to build our card. So now we're going to try and stamp the scenery at the back, and I'm going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black again. And I'm going to start off here with the fence, and I'm just going to stamp this fence all the way along, just keeping going. And here you can see I made a bit of a boo-boo, but as you can see through the stamp, it's easy to rectify. And I'm just going all the way along, and there we go. There is our fence. So give that little clean up. And now I have created a mask using masking paper, and I just stamped on the masking paper and then fussy cut it out with my scissors. And this just measures the top of the fence, and this means I'll be able to stamp my trees at the back without them looking as if they're in front of the fence. They're looking as if they're behind the fence. And I'm just going to move my mask along as I stamp my trees. So easy like this. And you can have as many trees or as few trees as you want. I've kept this quite symmetrical, so it looks like you're driving up one of those long driveways to a really smart house at the end, where you've got a lovely long line of trees all the way up the driveway. So there we go. And I just store my mask in the inside of my stamp case for next time. Okay, so I think now we're ready to start to the two-step stamping. So now we're going to stamp the insides of our little fences. So here we go. Put it onto a smaller block. And as I said, this is really easy. You just need to get your head right above the stamp so that you can see straight through the stamp, and then it's really easy to just line everything up. Just take your time and go for it. And I'm using Pecan Pie ink here, and there we go. There is our trees. So give that a little clean up. And now we're going to use the foliage for our trees rather. That was our fences done, so now we're going to do the foliage for our trees. Actually, first going to do this little stamp, and this just gives a bit of, looks like a bit of ground in the foreground. It's just these little stripes, and I'm stamping off, so I'm only doing like second generation stamping, and I'm just sort of moving my stamp around, having it come off the page a bit, and that's just to give the illusion of ground in the foreground so it doesn't look so flat. And now we are going to stamp our trees, and we're using shaded spruce ink to do that. So again, just going to look in above our stamp and stamp, and just looking above the, you can see how easy it is to line it up. You just take your time to do it. And there we go. And I love how this has turned out. This looks so cute, don't you think? Okay, so next thing we're going to do, let's see, is we're going to stamp a little bit of grass in front of our fences. And this is what I love about building a scene card. There's all these little details you can add. And I'm just going to add, again, a little bit of grass here in the foreground so the area doesn't look so flat. It looks like there's actually ground there rather than just white space. Okay. So putting all our stamps away, close up that ink pad. And next we are going to stamp our sentiment. So just using my grip paper here to line it up and deciding where I want it on my background. And we're going to stamp this in Tuxedo Memento Black. Give that a nice little ink up. And there you go. Wishing you a festive Christmas. Simple, easy sentiment. Everything from one stamp set, which is what I love to do. You don't have to have tons of supplies. Okay. So now we are going to get our little AliExpresso marker, and I'm just using this just to add colour to the branches and trunk of my trees. So just doing it like that, just by hand, very easy peasy. Now we're ready to assemble our card. So our card base is real red, standard A6 card base, that's an A4 sheet cut in half. Then I've got a piece here of basic white cardstock that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And we're just going to stick this little one in the inside for an insert. And then I'm taking on a piece of basic white here, which measures the same, and we're putting that on the outside. Isn't that cute? And now we're ready to put our little truck in place. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this little one. As you know, I'm quite generous with my dimensionals, so put a few on there. Take the backings off and just put our truck wherever we want it to go. So I'm going to put it towards the right hand side so it doesn't look it's driving straight off the page. Now I'm looking here to see what I want to put on the back of my little truck, and I've decided I actually want to have this tree. So now I'm going to use my Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to use this now, just trying to figure out which orientation I want my tree in. I'm just actually going to lift up my truck a little bit to see where I want it to go. There we go, perfect. Give this a little clean up using my simple chamois, and then I'm going to take a two-step part and we're going to just stamp this using some shaded spruce. And I'm just going to move my truck out the way. No one will know any better that I ripped it back up again. And there, put it back down again. And there you go. Now a little truck carrying our Christmas tree home. Oh, it's just so cute. Very much a Christmas movie type of card, don't you think? Do you watch Christmas movies? Do you look forward to them every year? If you do, let me know in the comments below. I love my Christmas movies, so I always watch them. So this very much reminds me of American Christmas movies. So now we're going to be using some of these. These are the festive pearls, or otherwise known as the red and green pearls. And I'm just going to be using a few of these here that I'm going to just dot around my card. Just trying to figure out my placement. So this is a good time to say, if you're enjoying this video, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please do consider subscribing to the video. If you want more information about the project, the measurements, the supply list, etc., it's all on the blog post, and you can find the links to that and all my social media links in the description box below. So here are the two cards, the red and the green version. Let me know which one you prefer. I love to read your comments. Until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.